It's astronomy. So for this week's podcast on English.com, we're talking about the night sky. So Richard, when did you start looking at the stars?
I think I was about 9 or 10. I was amazed looking at the sky with thousands of twinkling stars, millions and millions of miles away.
Okay, so constellations, Richard.
Yes, they're simply collections of stars. In the past, people all over the world saw shapes, people, animals, etc. in the stars. And the ones we know today are the ones the Romans used.
Yeah, okay, so I know the Great Bear.
Yes, it's the Roman name Ursa Major. Other famous ones like the Hunter, which is...
Orion?
Orion, correct, yes. There are loads and loads.
Okay, so what's the best thing to look for as a beginner?
I think it's always good to look for the planets.
The planets?
Yes, the planets. Well, obviously you know where the sun and the moon are. They rise in the east and set in the west. Well, the planets follow the same path.
Oh, they do the same thing?
Exactly, yes.
Okay, right.
That's one thing. And also, the planets are brighter than the stars, generally. Even in a big city, you can see the planets. For instance, Venus is often called the evening star or the morning star because it stays quite close to the sun and is very bright.
Okay, so you're saying in the evening, it's in the west then, like the sun?
It just follows the sun down, yes.
Right, okay.
And also, remember that stars twinkle, but planets don't.
Why is that?
I won't go into details. I think it's because they are much closer than the stars.
Okay. So, Richard, you are looking at the night sky, and I know you have a telescope. Do you have any special moments?
Well, yes. It was actually when I got my first telescope. I think I was about 11 or 12, and it was only a very small telescope, a very cheap telescope, not very powerful, but I was completely blown away when I first saw Saturn.
Saturn?
Yes. I could actually see it as a tiny circle with those rings.
The rings of Saturn.
Absolutely amazing, and I still think that's the best thing to see.
The Olympics in Paris are here. Actually, Richard, how many weeks do you think the Olympics are on for?
Well, loads of events. It must be a month.
I know. I was surprised. It's 2 weeks and 2 days.
2 weeks?
I know, very quick. Okay, but for this week's podcast on English.com, I'm asking Richard 8 questions about Paris 24.
Right.
Where do you think the opening ceremony is held? It's in Paris.
It must be the Stade de France.
Aha. For the first time, it's not going to be in a stadium. It's going to be along the river.
Oh, that's nice.
I know. You mentioned the Stade de France, the running track.
Yes.
For the Olympics, what colour is the track?
It's normally red. So I'll say, well, you asked the question, so therefore it's not red, blue.
It's going to be purple. I have no idea why. There is surfing.
Yes.
Where is that taking place?
I know this.
Oh, yes.
Tahiti.
I know. It's the furthest away event ever.
But it is French, you see, in the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah. What is breaking?
Break dancing.
Yeah! It's making its Olympic debut.
This year.
Break dancing. Is it a sport?
I would say no.
There are 10,500 athletes at the Games.
Right, okay.
What percentage do you think are men?
I know that Britain is sending more women than men. So I'd say 50%.
Well, you say that. That is correct, right? But actually, it's the first time ever there have been equal numbers of men and women taking part.
Wow. Good.
What is the mascot?
The mascot, surely France, a cockerel.
No, it's a hat.
A beret.
Well, I think it's pronounced a frige. It's the beret hat thing that was worn during the French Revolution. And apparently it represents freedom, identity, and spirit.
Okay, fair enough.
Every medal contains what metal?
Well, I'm tempted to say gold, but I don't think so. I'll say bronze.
Paris.
Yes.
The Eiffel Tower.
Yes. I've no clue. What metal is in the Eiffel Tower?
Iron.
Iron, of course.
Every time they make an improvement on the tower, they keep the old metal.
So it will be rust then.
Last question. This is the third time that Paris hosts the Olympics. Which other city has held it 3 times?
London.
Well done. Anyway, it starts Friday. No, it starts Saturday. Looking forward to it.
Can't wait.